Hello and welcome to Annick's Art Fall Preview for Fall 2021. My name is Sarah. I'm the Digital Marketing and Publicity Associate at Annick Press, and I've got to say we've got some really great books for you this season, from beautifully illustrated picture books about music and treaties, to Own Voices graphic and YA novels, as well as our city-dwelling furry friends. There's a book for every single reader. And now I introduce you my lovely friend Stephanie, who will help introduce some of these great books.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie. I'm a marketing associate here at Annick Press, and like Sarah said, we've got really fantastic books this season, and I'm super excited to share them all with you. So now that we're excited and you're excited, let's get started with our favorite picture books. Our first picture book is Buffalo Wild by Deidre Haverlock and Asby White Calf. Since Declan was born, his Kokum has shared her love of buffalo stories and art. But Declan longs to see real buffalo, and on one magical night, herds of the majestic creatures stampede down from the sky, and that's when things really get wild. The back matter of this book has a reprinting of the Buffalo Treaty and an author's note that describes the importance of buffalo to Indigenous peoples and efforts to revitalize the species. Deidre's fantastic words are only complemented by Asby's amazing artwork. They're just beautiful illustrations of the buffalo, and it's so welcoming and dreamy. This book is perfect for ages 4 to 7 and will be published on September 7th, 2021. Our next picture book is Thunder and the Noise Storms by Jeffrey Ansluis and Sheza Ansluis, illustrated by Joshua Mangashig Pewis Steckley. This Own Voices title is a validating representation of neurodiversity that integrates an Indigenous worldview and offers coping strategies for any kids dealing with sensory overload. So when the world gets too loud and chaotic, Thunder's Mosham, his grandfather, helps him listen with wonder in this picture book modeling intergenerational knowledge and mindfulness. The gentle, inviting illustrations by Joshua Mangashig Pewis Steckley emphasize Mosham's lessons about the healing power of the world around us. This is another great book for ages 4 to 7 and will be published on October 12th, 2021.
And here we have Welcome to the Cipher, written by Cody Dill and illustrated by Arajua Aful. Lyrical and whimsical spoken word artist and educator Cody Dill's debut picture book is a joyful expression of all things rap and follows a boisterous narrator teaching kids the power of voice and expression, and has some really amazing illustrations. This book is for ages 4 through 7 and releases on October 12th, 2021. And on to our middle grade books. We've got a really exciting science book called Chasing Bats and Tracking Rats, written by Dr. Sailita Gee and illustrated by Cornelia Lee. What can city bees tell us about climate change? How are we changing coyote behavior, and what the heck is a science bike? Narrative nonfiction featuring 11 urban ecologists and touching on social justice themes that proves cities can be wild places and understanding why science of urban nature matters. Some really exciting illustrations here. Cornelia Lee's engaging illustrations bring the scientist's fieldwork adventures to life, while Urban Ecology Challenges encourages readers to look for signs of wildlife in their own neighborhoods. This book is for ages 9 through 12 and will be published on November 9th, 2021.
Our next title is a middle grade novel, Harvey and the Extraordinary, by Eliza Martin and illustrated by Anna Braun, who you may know. She was the illustrator of Salma the Syrian Chef, which Annick published in 2020. Harvey and the Extraordinary is about Mimi, who with her new pet hamster as an assistant invents an alternate big top version of events to deal with her father's departure from the family in this character-driven middle grade novel about savoring the extraordinary even in the most difficult moments. Debut author Eliza Martin's quirky characters are brought to life by Anna Braun's endearing art in this really charming novel about savoring the extraordinary in even the most difficult moments in your young life. It'll be published simultaneously in both paperback and hardcover for ages 8 to 11 years on November 2nd, 2021. Our next title is a really fantastic middle grade graphic novel, Living with Viola, written and illustrated by Rosanna Fung. Livy faces off with Viola, her anxiety-fueled alter ego, in this graphic novel that intersects Asian identity and mental health that's filled with dumplings and unicorns and really fantastic colors and illustrations. And it's got an own voices look at living with anxiety. It's only when Livy learns how to ask for help and face her anxiety does she finally figure out how to live with Viola. And this is such a fantastic book. The first time I read it, I sat down in one sitting and read it cover to cover, and I cried. The author Rosanna Fung draws on her own anxiety and her early experiences with that and the pressures of growing up as the child of Chinese immigrant parents, and that results in a charming, deeply personal story. Living with Viola will be published simultaneously in paperback and hardcover with activity sheets available. It's appropriate for ages 9 to 12 and will be published on October 26th, 2021.
And for our YA book of the season, we've got The Words in My Hands by Asphyxia. Part coming of age, part call to action, this deaf own voices novel presented as 16-year-old Piper's art journal shows readers what it feels like to be deaf in a story set in a near future filled with food scarcity, environmental collapse, and political corruption. This book is for ages 13 to 16, grades 7 to 11, and will be published in November 2021 in hardcover.